Alright, so here's our next mastery ability, Archon. This video is going to be a little different in that I'm only going to cast this once, because it has such a ridiculous cooldown, it's not worth it to just keep recasting Archon. But if you've been around long enough, you'll know Archon, it's you transform into a being of pure energy for 20 seconds, while in Archon form, your normal abilities are replaced by the Archon's abilities, and you gain damage. Your damage, armor, and resistance are all increased by 20%. Each enemy you kill gives you a 6% damage bonus for the remaining duration of Archon. Each Archon rune changes or adds something to the ability, and you also have different elementals. The elemental type of Archon you get is based on whatever your highest elemental ability is. So if you're... I'm sorry, that's with Veers. With this, it changes the Archon type depending on which one you pick. But I generally think you're going to pick your elemental anyways. I believe with Veers, it ends up defaulting to whatever your highest elemental damage bonus is. In my case, it would be Arcane, so it would be always an Arcane Archon. So, Combustion, you have a big explosion at the beginning. Teleport gives you a very, very fast cooldown teleport while you're in it. Pure Power decreases the cooldown time and changes it to lightning. Slow Time gives you a slow time bubble, changes it to cold. Improved Archon is a damage bonus during Archon. There's a set and a legendary associated to Archon now. The legendary helmet is the Swami, and the damage bonus from kills while in Archon now lasts 10 seconds after Archon expires. The set is Veer's Astonishing Aura, Veer's Amazing Arcana. All of them have alliterary names, so it's kind of a default for me to say Astonishing Aura or Astonishing Arcana or whatever. But everyone knows it as Veer's, and its 4-set bonus is Archon gains the effect of every rune. So we're just going to equip all of these real quick. We're not doing anything too crazy. We're just going to look at Archon in the Cathedral. I don't even need to switch my gems for this, really. So Archon, ow, we're going to have to equip it first of all.
I don't have enough arcane power.
I don't think so. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Good at the game sometimes. So we're going to flip to Improved Archon. Go back to this Cathedral area. So when we pop Archon, our two abilities... jeez. Not having gems hurts. Our two abilities are going to be a Disintegrate Beam and this sort of Ground Punch, and there's going to be this explosion that goes on and off cooldown. The Ground Punch you're going to be using against enemies that are close range or bosses. Obviously the Disintegrate Beam you're going to be using against long range enemies. That wasn't a great show off of Archon, but I mean, like I said, I'm not switching my gems for this. And as you can see down here, you got your little bonus that popped up. And then, that was bonus damage. I believe we got to 9, so it was 54% damage increase, which is insane. But yeah, Archon definitely builds up damage for a very short period of time. But I personally don't like the ability at all, which is why I'm not spending a lot of time on it. Some people love it. I personally don't. I think it's very, very flat for what it is, and I don't like that it replaces your abilities. Oh, you do become immune to crowd control effects during this, so you can't really be frozen or knocked back, or as far as I know, you can't be knocked back. I might have actually been knocked back in Archon form in there and just not noticed it. But yeah, you do get crowd control immunity with this. Ultimately, I would like it more if it were just a flat, like, super mode, like what the other classes have, instead of changing your abilities to the other abilities. And what Archon provides, I think, should be, for only having it for 20 seconds, it should be way, way stronger than it is. It is such an underpowered ability right now, it's almost a little sad. And, like, the entire set based around it is... It's necessary to play Archon. the Force set, the Veer set, it is absolutely necessary for you to use for Archon. You won't be using... You just won't be using Archon without it. You could try, but I seriously doubt you would want to use Archon without it. Maybe you could get away with the Fire Archon while using Firebirds, but even so, it's... Archon just feels really lacking without the set. So, yeah, this is sort of one of my complainier videos about this, but you can use it. I'm not saying you can't. It's just, I think there are better wizard builds and better abilities out there. I just think it's an underwhelming ability in its current form. You just don't feel like a being of pure energy. You just feel like you get a generic super mode out of it. So, anyways, the next episode is going to be the last of our active skills, and boy, this ability... Oh, yeah. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.